grew up playing point guard, Anthony Davis possesses rare skills for someone his size, an offensive threat in the paint and on the perimeter. The Brow also is a 3-time league leader in block shots and played a crucial role in the Lakers' 2020 championship.
Davis doesn't take the three, instead drive. Oh! That is a man's jam!
He's so fast. I can't remember another big man that could block a shot, hit the ground, and be at half court in 2 steps. He can be the most dominant player in the NBA on any given night because what he can do defensively and offensively and physically.
Not tonight!
Anthony Davis with the rejection.
Two more. Get to it. Come on, bang out.
AD is another unicorn. That's a guy that, you know, was a freaking guard who grew like however many inches he grew from in high school to be this big guy. And I think, you know, that's what you see throughout his whole game that makes him so different than a lot of the big men you've watched growing up and playing the NBA. It's like he comes in the vein of the KGs and those guys that stretch the floor and change it.
Dilly drops it off to Clarkson, who met at the top by Davis, and then he rejected Ante Zizic.
His shot blocking, his ability to protect the paint and still be able to step out there. It's not been a lot of guys that could shoot the ball while still being able to block shots. But I mean, the thing that AD does, he can get down in the stands, and you know what I'm saying, he can move his feet, and he's capable to switch that pick and roll at the end of the clock and play a point guard or a 2 guard for those final 4 or 5 seconds and stay there and be able to withstand the defensive stance. And so I mean, that's what makes him great, like a all defensive player, because it's not many guys that you see that's like 7 feet, 6'11", whatever he is, 6'10", and they lead the league in blocks or top 3, 4 in the league in blocks, but then they can turn around and jump out and defend a pick and roll or stop a pocket pass and do all these different intangible things that really make him like a rare big. It doesn't matter what generation you put him in, the intangibles and the way his ability and his skill set is set up, it's crazy. You don't really see that a lot.
He's got so many different ways that he can hurt you offensively.
Anthony Davis, man, the big mismatch. That's what I call it. You talking about a guy when he started out in high school was a point guard, right? Grew 7 to 8 inches when he got to college, and now he's one of the best power forwards to ever play the game. Sky's the limit for Anthony Davis. I mean, when he gets done, he might rewrite some record books if his health holds up for him. Pairing up with another superstar like LeBron James has tremendously helped him. It's given him confidence, and he really knows now, like, he can dominate every time he steps on the floor. Anytime Anthony Davis is on the court, he's easily the best player on the court that night. And he's just a mismatch nightmare. I mean, he can get it off the dribble. He stretches the floor from 3, and he can post up. So he's just a monster, not to mention defensively. I mean, he's always going to be in the top 5 in blocks. So his impact on the game, right, is going to be all over the stat sheet.
Alley up to Davis. Oh, perfect pass. Don't try that at home.
I remember, as far as going back to high school where he was playing the point guard position in Chicago, I had so many people, because I'm from Wisconsin and this, the state over, and people were just like, yo, it's this kid, he's 6'9", 6'10", he's playing the point, and he got the whole package. Like, remember this name, Anthony Davis. He can put it on the floor, he can shoot, he can do everything. And I was just like, man, I can't wait to see this kid. And I was just like, God, like he can do literally everything. You know what I mean? Like, what is his weakness?
Oh, look at Davis behind the back. That's nasty. The Brow, big finish.
The Brow came into the NBA with a brand, and then he put that brand to work and showed how dominant he could be really early on in his career.
Oh, it was amazing. You go back to this guy in college, and he was the most dominant force on the team, and he was like the 4th leading scorer. But he could impact the game in so many ways, and sometimes it gets lost. So this was a young man that early in his high school career, he was a point guard. Then he had that incredible growth spurt. And even then, he still became a physical force on the interior. His ability to play out of space, to guard the three-point line, to guard points, to defend the rim, and then you couple that with his unique skill set from an offensive standpoint, really kind of sets him apart. And sometimes you take that talent for granted, but you look at all the accomplishments, being a world champion, being an all-NBA performer multiple times, being an MVP of an all-star game. He's got an incredible resume and, again, a really young player. It's just, I think, going to be incredible to watch to see how much more he can accomplish with his career.
He really does epitomize this generation's bigs in that offensively he can play, as you said, in space, shoot the jump shot, shoot three-point shots. But where he has made the biggest impact, particularly early in his career in New Orleans, was his ability to defend. And the fact that he's led the league in blocks 3 different times shows you, and you think back to the championship year with the Lakers, how dominant he and the Lakers were defensively. That's when he's at his best.
It really is. I remember 7-foot guys in my career, once you got them out of the paint, they became a liability because they didn't have the lateral quickness. They didn't have the ability to recover, to challenge shots, to rotate just on three-point shooting. Your bigs have to have mobility. They have to be able to play in space. And in his case, he not only plays in space, he can be that dominant force. He is a guy that even great guards don't want guarding him 25, 26 feet from the basket. And it's a testament to his overall skill set and then understanding how he can impact the game with his size.
2.1 seconds remaining. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers! In the clutch, delivers the bomb.
It was a pleasure playing with AD. I thought with AD coming in, he set the tone for us defensively, starting out wanting to be a defensive player of the year. I think that we end up finishing 3rd in defense. He was the anchor. He was the one guy where we could switch on guards. A lot of centers, power forwards, they don't want them to guard. We'd switch them on Harden, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, to be able to stay in front, get block shots, and when he would either contest and it was a long rebound, he would then leak out. Offensively, his package is unlimited. Only person that can stop AD is AD, and he's been such elite for so long. I expect him to continue it for many more years to come, but one of the best mid-range assassins, one of the guys who can, when you guard him in the post, the spin-out lob comes to mind. Him going left to the little fade left is his patented shot. And then just his demand that I saw of coming in, wanting to fit into demanding the ball in the Houston series, demanding the ball in the Portland series, and really just uplifting us. You could have given the Finals MVP to him or LeBron, either one, flip a coin. They both scored the exact same points, taking on that leadership role. Anytime you become a father, you get married, your maturity, your sense of urgency heightens. And that's where my friendship with him, you can already see it. I think the best is yet to come. I know he's had some injuries and taking care of his body, but Anthony Davis is a first ballot Hall of Famer and a guy that young people are going to try to mimic their games coming up after.
And that's it. It's over. This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers.